In just a few days, we get to experience the new Spiritborn class, which is the martial artist jungle monk of Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred expansion. Did Blizzard just design this class because of a thirst for more skimpy cosplayers at the next BlizzCon? Because how exactly do the Spiritborn fit into the Diablo universe and the world of Sanctuary in the first place? In this video, we'll dive into what they are, their origin, their connection with both the Zagharoom and the spirit world, which to this point has been left uncorrupted by the heavens and the helms. Jumping right in, let's talk about who the Spiritborn are. The Spiritborn are a martial tribe based out of the jungles of Nahantu that are charged with protecting the veil to the spirit world, as well as maintaining the balance between Sanctuary and the spirit world. And they do this through two different means. One, by preventing people, angels, demons, as well as other creatures entering the spirit world through the veil. And two, by maintaining the spirits from the spirit world within the veil and making sure none enter that aren't supposed to. So none go in and none go out. Now the Spiritborn have the power to do this due to their unique ability to connect to the spirit world and attune to 4 different guardian spirits, which are spirit energy concentrated to a degree that they manifested into sentient spirits known as guardians, who some consider to be gods of that realm. The first guardian spirit is the jaguar Rizoka. As you would expect with predatory felines, attuning with Rizoka results in a predatory moveset with very fast moving attacks, as well as an imbuement of fire into these offensive capabilities. The second guardian spirit is the gorilla Woomba, who I like to think is a spiritual successor of good old Harambe. So Harambe, when you're attuned with that spirit, he is attuned with the element of earth and protects the Spiritborn he is connected to. Also, he will dish back the attacks that are dealt to said Spiritborn. Thirdly is the eagle Quatli. Quatli, like an eagle, allows the Spiritborn to be very swift and easily evade the attacks of enemies. On top of this allows them to be imbued with lightning abilities that have a larger range with pinpoint accuracy. And last, but certainly not least, is the centipede Balazan. Perfect to be released in October of spooky season. Balazan is sure to spark the fear of bugs in anyone who interacts with him. When attuned with Balazan, the Spiritborn is imbued with abilities of spirit and decay, representing the cycle of life and the return of all living things back into the earth. Balazan's abilities are all about damage over time, poison, as well as crowd controlling effects like striking in the fear of insects in all his enemies. Now, to become attuned to the spirit world and gain access to the powers of these guardians, the Spiritborn go through grueling trials during their childhood in attempting to build their bodies and their minds to be able to make this connection, and to understand how brutal and serious this tribe is in only forming the most powerful guardians to the spirit veil. All children who do not make the cut during these trials are culled, for there are no other professions in this tribe. Now, speaking about their origin, the Spiritborn actually got their start with the founder of the Zagharoom himself, the prophet Akarat. Akarat was born in the region of Shansai in northern Sanctuary. You'll be familiar with this location due to its birthplace of the rebel wizards who dabbled in arcane energy from Diablo 3. Now, Akarat's mother always spoke with him about the nature of humanity being half demonic and half angelic. And Akarat's mother hailed originally from Nahantu. Now, Akarat, during his meditations, was able to tap into the power of light within himself and realize that if he can do it, this is something that all of humanity can manifest and overcome their other half, which is the demonic portion of themselves. In doing so, Akarat went on a pilgrimage, which resulted in him landing in his mother's homeland of Nahantu. And here, along with his acolyte Isavet, who also hailed from Nahantu, he discovered a most fascinating thing, and that is the veil to the spirit world. Akarat was able to enter the spirit world and observe it for what it is. Curiously enough, the spirit world represented somewhat of a dreamlike mirror of Sanctuary, almost as if it was made up of the thoughts and dreams of Sanctuary's denizens. Upon leaving the Spirit Vale, Akarat continued with his pilgrimage and his trials, and Isevet, his acolyte, stayed in Nahantu to guard Spirit Vale, which is the entrance to the spirit world. Upon Akarat's return and his final preparation to enter the spirit world for the final time in his twilight years, Isevet let out a wailing cry so powerful that the spirits across the veil reciprocated in kind. After Akarat's passing, Isevet vowed to forever protect the Spirit Vale from outside influence, and as such, she was the first to begin the Spiritborn Tribe. Now, we spoke a lot about the spirit world and the veil to enter it, but what exactly is it? So, the spirit world is almost like an ethereal blanket wrapped around Sanctuary, and it was created from the excess energy released when Lilith and Inarius created Sanctuary from the World Stone. Although the spirit world, which is also known as the Unformed Lands by other tribes in Sanctuary, for example, the Umbaru, which the Witch Doctors from Diablo 3 hailed from, is uncorrupted, but it is touched on by a number of different groups in Sanctuary, including 3 playable classes. Now, these classes all coincidentally happen to hail from the jungles of Nahantu, which are also known as the Torrigan jungles. One being the Witch Doctor, which attunes to the spirit world, in which they call it the Unformed Lands, and also their minions, the fetish psychophants from Diablo 3, are actually friendly creatures that they summoned from across the veil. Yes, those fetishes actually hail from the spirit world. Also, necromancers use spirits from across the veil to animate the corpses that they use to fight by their side. And of course, thirdly, we have the Spiritborn, who attune to the spirits, as we covered previously in the video. Now, beyond this, Malthael, during his attack on Sanctuary as the aspect of death, did tap into the power of the spirit worlds to imbue his weapons as well as the weapons of his Reaper angels. And the one time that we do get to interact with the spirit world or the Unformed Lands that I'm aware of is during Diablo Immortal, when you're preventing a renegade monk from delivering a shard of the World Stone to the Burning Hells. Now, why is it that the Spiritborn was only unveiled during Vessel of Hatred if they've been around for all this time, besides Blizzard just wanting skimpy cosplays? Well, the reason being is when Tyrael passes through Nahantu, Mephisto's Soulstone and his immense degree of hatred and corruption disturbed the spirits from across the veil, which manifests as creatures called the Hollow, and the Spiritborn, their charge being maintaining the balance between Sanctuary and the spirit world, rise up to deal with Mephisto's corruption. If you enjoy diving into the stories of the Diablo series, be sure to tune into my stream, which I simultaneously run between YouTube and Twitch, where we take a lore and story-based approach toward the Diablo series. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed Diablo lore, please consider subscribing and commenting on the video with your thoughts. Don't forget to like. Thank you for watching.